The National Weather Service in Raleigh, it's Nick Petro with your briefing here for the winter storm that we've got expected to begin here tomorrow. Let me put the title slide on there. This briefing as of 11:30 on Thursday, January 9th. So everybody who is on our email list should have this briefing. I actually just emailed it out right before connecting here. So if you're wondering, hey, will you email these slides out? I've already done that. I just emailed it 5 minutes ago. For those not on our email list, if you're not eligible to be on our email list is for our core partners, our public safety officials, and folks involved in public safety. So if you're not on our email list, you can easily get this briefing by going to weather.gov/Raleigh, and right there at the top of the page, there's a link to it. So if you want the slides and you're not on our email list, that's how you get them. All right, real quick, let's go to live conditions and a couple things to point out. The weather system here, see this big circle, believe it or not, that's the weather system that basically produced all the winds in Southern California that helped fan the flames and the fire and the embers. That weather system is beginning to move east. There's another weather system up here over the northern Rockies and northern plains. It's going to dip down and kind of combine with this system here over the Four Corners region, and then it's going to pick up speed and quickly sweep east across the southern Mississippi Valley and the Carolinas. You could see here is the precip breaking out ahead of it. The green is rain. The purple shades there is snow, and yep, it's quick moving. It'll be a fast moving system, and that's what will keep precip amounts, I would say, reasonable without getting too crazy heavy on us. So anyway, that's the good news. Okay, back to the slides. So kind of boiling this whole thing down to three key messages. Number one, light snow will move into central North Carolina from southwest to northeast between 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. tomorrow, Friday. The arrival time will be closer to 3 p.m. across the southern and southwest Piedmont of North Carolina and the Triad regions, closer to 5 p.m. across the Triangle region. And then if you're north and east of the Triangle, it'll probably be closer to 7 p.m. We're talking the far northern I-95 corridor, northern coastal plain. Number two, don't focus so much on how much. Everybody always gets drawn to how many inches, how much snow, how much ice. I'd rather you focus on hazards and impacts. To that point, there will be enough snow and ice to result in hazardous travel conditions. It doesn't matter if it's a light glaze, a dusting of snow, or 2 or 3 inches of snow. It doesn't matter. It's all going to be the same result, slick roads, okay? So again, focus on the hazards and impacts. Black ice will be a subsequent concern Sunday morning and Monday morning. And again, there's going to be enough snow and ice to result in hazardous travel conditions. Number three, there might be enough ice accumulation from freezing rain to result in downed trees and power lines and power outages. So let's prepare for possibility of losing power for a while, in addition to the hazardous travel conditions, okay? So I can boil this whole thing down into those three messages. This has not really changed if you've been following our briefings. No major changes. Again, snow, ice, power outages, black ice, travel hazards. Those are all the key points, okay? Timing, here's storm evolution. Again, use this with caution because it's subject to large errors, both in timing and placement. And it's only presented here really to give you an approximate estimate of the timing. Okay, so don't take it to the bank. Don't take these transition lines to the bank. It's just, these are subject to error. Okay, this is the best one I could find of dozens of ways to simulate it. But even the best one is subject to large errors. Okay, so again, by 3 p.m., we're going to see the snow, light snow across the Triad region down to the southern Piedmont. By 6 p.m., it's going to be up towards the Triangle region. By 7 p.m., 9 p.m., of course, all of central North Carolina is going to see that light snow for the very onset of the precip. And then as we get towards midnight, we'll see the transition. And that transition will be basically freezing rain mixing in. And the pink area, I'm afraid that's too narrow, okay? Again, I couldn't find any simulation that really depicted what I wanted to show. so this was the best I could find. That freezing rain area could be probably will be much larger. Okay. And then as you get, across the southeast portions of the area, yeah, there could be a changeover to just plain rain. Okay. So basically, as we get toward midnight, that's when we're going to start to see the freezing rain impacts, the ice accumulations. And again, that pink area depicting the freezing rain could cover much more territory than what I'm showing right there. Okay. And then by 6 a.m., it's pretty much out of here. By 9 a.m., it's gone. All right. So another way to convey what I just laid out. Area A, Area B, and Area C. Area A is the easiest to predict because that area along and north of I-85 and up near the Virginia border probably is going to be mostly snow and sleet. Okay, that's the part that's probably going to see a couple inches of snow. Area B is the area that is going to be problematic because that could basically switch to mix with sleet and freezing rain. Somewhere in Area B, there could be a pretty decent accumulation of ice. So that one's the most challenging. Area C could also be challenging, but as you get south of a line from Laurinburg to Fayetteville to Clinton, again, if you drew a line from Laurinburg to Fayetteville to Clinton, that's the area that has the best chance to see rain. Okay, so not to say that Area C won't see snow and sleet and freezing rain, for the first couple hours. In fact, Area C is likely to see all those snow, sleet, freezing rain for the first couple hours. But Area C is the part of central North Carolina that could change to all rain before ending, which, obviously would help wash things away. Okay. So it's Area B that I think could be most problematic in terms of ice, sleet, and snow. Area A is probably just going to be all snow and sleet. That's actually not too bad. And again, Area C could see rain before it ends and wash it all away. All right, how much? Again, don't focus on amounts. Focus more on the impacts. Along and north of 85, where it'll mostly be snow and sleet, 2 to 3 inches, maybe a few spots getting 4 inches. It's that area in between I-95 and I-85 that's really challenging for amounts. And then once you get east of I-95, generally south of Smithfield, that's where there could be again a changeover to rain, and that's why you see that area devoid of snow amounts. Okay. We do have alternate snow amounts. This is the low end amount. And basically what this means is that there's a lot of models that show very little snow accumulation. Why? Because there could be more freezing rain. So that's why the low end amount could be low like this, because there could be more freezing rain influence or rain if you get south of Smithfield. Okay. On the other hand, the worst case scenario in the snow is really not much different than the expected forecast. With 2 to 3 inches of rain north of 85 and maybe a couple inches, 1 or 2 inches across the Triangle region down to Asheboro, Albemarle, maybe Rocky Mount. With the least amount of snow, again, from Smithfield over to Southern Pines southward. All right. Now, again, this is the ice. This is the tricky one. This is the most difficult one. So this is our official forecast, but there's more than usual. Wait, let me start over. There's more than usual uncertainty in the area between the black and the red line. If we get warmer than expected air aloft, then there could be more ice in that area. So between the black and the red line, there could be more ice than what we're showing here in our official forecast. On the other hand, south of the red line, if it gets even warmer, there could be more rain. So these amounts might need adjusted as well. So clearly, as you could tell, this is a challenging forecast. And again, it's all about the precip changeovers, okay? The timeline here is no change from what we talked about yesterday and the day before. Literally no changes to this graphic from what I showed yesterday. We're talking late Friday night into Saturday will be the challenging times, and black ice issues Sunday morning and Monday morning. All right, so again, back to those key messages. I want to reiterate those. Light snow will move into central North Carolina from southwest to northeast between 3 and 7 p.m. Closer to 3 p.m. across the southwest, closer to 7 p.m. across the northeast part of central North Carolina. And again, I should make this bold and highlight it and italicize it. But again, I want to emphasize, don't focus so much on the exact snow and ice amounts, because there will be enough to cause hazardous travel conditions across all of central North Carolina, beginning late Friday and lasting through Saturday. Now, there could be less if it turns warmer. Areas south of a line from, say, Fayetteville to Smithfield could get that rain at the end, which could lessen the impacts to travel. But again, at least for the onset, the first couple hours, there'll be enough snow and ice everywhere to create travel problems. And then obviously black ice will be a subsequent concern Sunday morning and Monday morning. And then finally, there's probably going to be some power outages. There's probably going to be enough ice to result in down trees and power lines. Get ready for some power outages. All right. And here, I'm not going to go through each of these, but I want to encourage you to do this on your own. These are some helpful resources, and definitely utilize these. Our next PowerPoint briefing will be by 6 p.m. Like I said, I already emailed these slides out. I'll update them and get them to you by 6 p.m. We're going to do another live webinar at 5:30 this afternoon. This way, we'll have time to sort of pull all the latest in and share any updates. Okay. All right. And then finally, if you would, do us a favor and help share our safety messages. If you can grab this slide and share it on your social media resources to help us spread the word about how to prepare, how to stay safe, and how to recover from these types of events. Okay, so that would be much appreciated.